Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers and updates tease that a devastated Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, might leave Forrester due to Ridge Forrester's, Thorsten K., rejection. Will she ultimately conclude that her heartbreak is too much to bear and needs some space from the company for her heart to heal? Despite Eric Forrester's, John McCook, expectations that Ridge would end up with Brooke, it appears that Ridge is leaning towards Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, instead. There's a strong possibility that Ridge will propose to Taylor in the upcoming episodes. When Ridge reminded Eric of his dedication to Taylor, Eric dismissed it, suggesting that it didn't hold much weight since they aren't engaged or married. The signs indicate that Ridge is ready to ask Taylor to marry him, which would undoubtedly hurt Brooke, even though she could offer marriage to Ridge herself when they were together. Nevertheless, Ridge seems determined to reject any chance of rekindling his relationship with Brooke, making it clear that his heart now belongs to Taylor. Brooke might feel overwhelmed and humiliated in the wake of recent events, raising questions about her future at Forrester Creations. While she has dedicated herself to Brooke's bedroom and her other roles within the company, there may come a time when she chooses to step away from a distressing situation. The daily interactions with Ridge could become increasingly difficult for her to handle, a reminder for her of her destiny denied. Additionally, her ongoing conflict with Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Messins Wood, is unlikely to ease her burden, providing valid reasons for Brooke to consider resigning from Forrester Creations. Obviously, Brooke never counted on her delaying marriage to Ridge when the subject came up months ago would become something she'd regret. Brooke is set to embark on a journey of self-discovery, turning to Nick Marone, Jack Wagner, for support upon his return to B&B this June. It's possible that Nick will assist Brooke in exploring a new career direction alongside their anticipated romantic reunion. However, Brooke is also faced with the harsh reality of Ridge's rejection, forcing her to contemplate moving on, which might even lead her to consider leaving Forrester. It seems she's ready for some significant life changes. Upcoming spoilers for the CBS soap reveal that Brooke will seek someone to lift her spirits, and she will undoubtedly appreciate Nick's presence during this challenging time. A chilling silence falls over Forrester Creations. The hum of sewing machines, the rustle of silk, and the usual low murmur of creative collaboration screech to a halt as Ridge Forrester walks out of a closed-door meeting with his signature solemnity etched deeper than usual across his face. No one says a word. The man who's been the heart of Forrester for decades pauses just outside the door of the executive boardroom, his eyes scanning the floor as if afraid to meet anyone's gaze. The staff can sense it before it happens. Something seismic is coming, and at the center of it is Brooke Logan. She's been the queen of reinvention, the muse of more than one Forrester man, and the business partner who helped keep the company afloat during its darkest days. But now everything is changing. Everything has changed. Ridge's heartbreaking decision. It began quietly, an uneasy feeling gnawing at Ridge. A growing discomfort every time Brooke entered a room, no matter how beautiful she looked or how diplomatically she smiled. It wasn't just her closeness with Hope's fashion line or her recent defense of Thomas, which Ridge found infuriatingly blind. No, it was deeper than that. It was trust. It was the lingering damage from years of manipulation, from betrayals both emotional and professional. Ridge had tried to bury it. Lord knows he had tried to move on. But the resurgence of Brooke's silent involvement in Hope's designs, even whispering about her taking a more creative role, was the final thread that snapped. In a confidential boardroom meeting that included Eric, Steffi, and Carter, Ridge delivered the blow. It's time for Brooke to step away from Forrester Creations. Permanently. Gasps followed. Carter raised legal concerns. Eric shook his head in disbelief, warning Ridge of the consequences, personal and public. But Ridge didn't back down. We need unity, not division. We need focus, not chaos. Brooke hears the news. When Brooke arrived at Forrester the next morning, she was unaware that the business she'd helped build, brick by emotional brick, was preparing to shut her out. Steffi met her in the hallway with uncharacteristic compassion. Her tone was gentle but firm. "There's a meeting in the executive boardroom. Ridge asked for you." Brooke smiled, adjusting the hem of her coat. "Is Hope presenting something new? She didn't mention it last night." Steffi looked away. In the boardroom, Ridge couldn't even sit. He stood as Brooke entered, and the look in his eyes was all the warning she needed. "What is it?" she asked, suddenly aware of the weight in the room. Ridge swallowed. "I've made a decision about your involvement at Forrester." Brooke's voice trembled. "My involvement," he nodded. "You've always been a part of this family, but things have changed. The tension, it's not working anymore. You're passionate, and that's what made you successful. But it's time to move in a new direction, without you." The woman who wouldn't cry. To everyone's shock, Brooke didn't break down. Not then, not in front of Ridge. Not even when Steffi, trying to soften the blow, added, "It doesn't mean you don't belong with us, Brooke. It's just." Brooke raised her hand. "I understand." Her words were calm, but her eyes were wild. Disbelief masked with dignity. She straightened her shoulders and turned without another word. Outside the boardroom, she made her way to her office, a space that still held pictures of her and Ridge together, designs from decades of collaboration, and the faint scent of her signature perfume. Packing began quietly, no assistant, no dramatics, just silence, broken only when Hope burst in minutes later, breathless and red-eyed. "Mom, what happened?" Steffi said, "You're leaving?" Brooke smiled weakly. "They think I've outstayed my welcome." Hope shook her head furiously. "This is Steffi. This is Ridge. They're threatened by your talent, your presence." But Brooke hushed her daughter. "It's over, sweetheart. Maybe it should be." Ridge confesses to Eric. Later that evening, Ridge found himself alone at the Forrester estate, staring at an old sketchbook Brooke once gave him. Eric found him there, brooding by the fireplace. "You look like a man who just broke his own heart," Eric observed. Ridge didn't deny it. She didn't fight. "That's what killed me. Brooke always fights." But today, she just accepted it. Eric sighed. "Because you already broke her before you told her." Ridge set the sketchbook aside. "I did what I had to do." The tension between her and Steffi, the way she's involved in every corner of Hope's drama, it's hurting the brand. Eric countered, "It's hurting you, not the brand. Don't mix business and regret." Ridge didn't answer, because deep down, Eric was right. A final goodbye. The next day, Brooke returned to Forrester, just one last time. Not to argue, not to win anyone back, just to say goodbye. She stood in the showroom surrounded by mannequins draped in designs she'd once helped inspire. Her eyes fell on an old promotional poster from the Brooks bedroom line. She gently touched the edge, her voice cracking. "I was bold once." Steffi entered quietly behind her. "You still are." Brooke turned, offering a sad smile. "You've made your choice. Just don't forget, I built a part of this place, and I loved every inch of it." There was no bitterness, only pain, but even that was softened by grace. Hope arrived moments later, her arms full of sketches and a half-baked idea to fight back. But Brooke stopped her. "No battles, no headlines, just let me go with dignity." Liam's surprising reaction. News travels fast in the Forrester universe, and it wasn't long before Liam Spencer, surprisingly, arrived to see Brooke off. "You leaving changes everything," he said. Brooke looked confused. "For you?" Liam nodded. "For Hope. For the brand. You've always been her backbone. If you're not here, I don't know if she'll last." Brooke's eyes narrowed. "Then be her backbone, Liam. Step up, or walk away for good." The warning was clear and long overdue. Ridge's silent regret. As Brooke walked out of Forrester for what might be the last time, Ridge watched from the shadows of the upstairs balcony. He couldn't speak, couldn't breathe. She didn't look back, not once, and that's what gutted him. No scene, no fanfare. Just an echo of heels on marble and the whisper of a chapter closing. What happens next? Brooke's departure doesn't just leave a hole in the Forrester offices, it leaves a power vacuum. Hope begins spiraling, uncertain how to navigate without her mother's support. Thomas sees an opportunity to rise again in the ranks, while Steffi struggles with guilt, wondering if she pushed too hard. But the biggest twist, Brooke doesn't fade quietly into the background. A week later, she's spotted in downtown LA meeting with Spencer Publications. And not just any division, she's rumored to be launching a brand new fashion venture with the full backing of Dollar Bill. A rival to Forrester maybe. And Ridge? He keeps the sketchbook by his bedside now. Every night, he flips to the page Brooke once sketched, a drawing of the two of them dancing under stars. He told her once that she was his destiny. Now he wonders if he's fated to spend the rest of his life chasing it and never quite reaching it again. Final thought. Brooke's emotional exit from Forrester Creations is not an end, it's a rebirth. With her pride intact and her grace on full display, she leaves behind heartbreak, legacy, and the promise of something even bigger. And as Rich stares out over a company he no longer recognizes, he must face a haunting truth. He let go of the one woman who always believed in him, even when he couldn't believe in himself. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Bolidi and BAUTFUL UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.